there. Didn't see you there. Now, we've probably all had that moment in our band or musical career where we've been in the most successful band, or we have been in that situation where we're doing an important gig or a recording, and all of a sudden the bass player just decides out of nowhere to just say, sorry guys, I'm chucking this so I can do some jazz career that nobody's going to fucking remember or even take off. And then you go, shit, what am I going to do? So there have been that situation in a recording situation where you need a bass player, but as usual, bass players just never turn up because, well, they're as daft as a fucking brush, aren't they? And so the guitar player or the producer or the singer or whoever has to take on the duties of playing bass. Now, I wouldn't say I'm a bass player per se, but you know, if there's a song that needs bass or I've got an idea how a bass should work in Fading Lights, then I will record it. Now, the bass I've owned for a long time has been the Yamaha Broad Bass 345, if I remember right. Was it the 234? Anyway, I've had that bass for a couple of years and it's a nice bass, feels nice, plays nice, but there's always one problem I had with it, and it's mainly to do with me. It's that it's a bit long and a bit of a stretch for the fingers because, again, I'm not a bass player, I'm a guitar player, and you know, sometimes if you're playing something in the style of I don't know, Paul McCartney, then you're kind of screwed if you're not used to the massive neck. And so one day, about last month, I was scooping around on Guitar, as you always would, and saw this little bass. It was a unique little bass that I had actually been on my mind for a while, and I've seen some certain players use it, from the likes of Tina Weymouth, Holger Zukai, Fred Smith of Television. I decided to go over the shop and try this little bass out, and well, let's just say it was I was there for like maybe almost half an hour. I was noodling, messing about, trying to play the bass riff from Psycho Killer by Talking Heads. I thought, I've got to have this bass. So I come in the next day with my money to pay it, and it sold out. So I had to wait until October to get it. So I waited, and today it is the 3rd of October on a Thursday. And I had to come all the way to Edinburgh. Yes, Edinburgh, because for some reason the Glasgow deliveries was just taking forever. So, you know, half an hour journey on the bus fare to Drum Bay South. Enough chat. What is this? You want to find out? Let's get this out. As you can tell, this is a guitar bag, and it does not it does not fit this bass. Okay. Oh. And luckily I haven't banged anything off this. Okay, you ready? Ta-da! Oh yeah. This is a Squier Classic Vibe 60s Mustang bass. And as you can tell, it's still got the price tag. Or the inspection card, not the price tag, you know what I mean. If I can get this off. Cut. Okay, here we go, got that off. So yeah, I've always been interested in this bass guitar. The first time, like I said, I think the first time I seen this was Tina Weymouth on a performance with Talking Heads on. I think it was the Old Grey Whistle Test from that DVD set. And of course it was Psycho Killer, because that was like the first notable hit here in Scotland. And another one I've also I've seen with this bass was a player called Holger Zukai. He is the former bass player of Can, and sadly isn't with us anymore. Unfortunately, died about, I want to say like what, a couple of years ago. So this is who puts me in mind with this bass, is Holger Zukai, and it's just really nice. If you know any, I mean, if you see my videos, if you see me talking about Squier Classic Vibes, I'll always say the necks are real lovely. The polyurethane they use just makes it not too much, but not too little. And there's got to be some things I'm going to do. First thing is change the strings, because these are round rounds and I'm not really that keen on them, really. And I think I might do the fretboard because it looks a wee bit dried out. And now, why don't we have a listen to what this unique bass sounds like. And that's the video. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you are keeping well, and I hope to see you next time for the next video, wherever it be. Take care, folks.